Okay. Today's episode dropping means... That was unprompted. College basketball is back, baby. If you're listening to this episode, that means the college basketball season not only is starting today, it has already tipped off with the 8 a.m. Is it Queens playing, right?
Queens University versus Winthrop.
Queens Winthrop in the Field of 68 down in Rock Hill, South Carolina. 8 a.m. I love that they do at the start of the season, so I will say shout out to the Field of 68 for running this event. But college basketball is back. We're excited. As of recording this, so today, Sunday, November 2nd, is the last day without a single college basketball game until Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Eve, there's no college basketball games. But
missed opportunity.
Then they kind of get back on the track, and there probably is a game every day then until the NCAA tournament.
There are a lot of really good Thanksgiving games this year, fun fact.
Yeah, and even like Black Friday, which there usually aren't amazing games, but like Players Era goes to Wednesday. A lot of those tournaments are kind of leaking into the later
back,
week.
Ryan. We are back.
We're totally back. So today's episode, we got through all of our conference previews. Today is going to be more of a national preview for the whole season, and then we're also going to go short-term about this week specifically. We'll do news and notes for sure. We will get into Final Four picks, National Player of the Year, Dark Horse Final Four teams, and then we'll talk about the games of the week this week, what games to watch the most, the SOOOO games, SOOOO schedule, preview each game, maybe make some picks, and then we'll hit into Q&A, which we got some fun Q&A today. That sound good to you?
Sounds good to me,
And
man.
shout out to the jerseys on the wall today. 4 regular occurrences, Nebraska ball, ETSU, Boise State, and San Francisco. If you want your team's jersey on the wall, you send it in, it goes on the wall. That's simple. All right, let's get into the news and notes. I don't have a ton of news and notes today. The season starts today. That's my first news.
That's my note.
That's my first note.
Basketball
On today, all day. The one major thing I wanted to go over is Braden Smith. Braden Smith has a podcast coming out through and with Sleepers Media.
Your guys.
Friends of the program.
Yeah.
Friends of the program. We love the Sleepers guys. Shout out to Greg and Cart and the whole team there. First of all, podcasts in general for him, it's great. I love getting to dive into the minds of the players, especially while they're playing and them having their own kind of line. Most college players don't have podcasts. Like the NBA players all do when they're playing, obviously, at this point, but college players don't when they're playing in school unless it's run through the school.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times, unless you get some, amazing freshman phenoms, which we have a lot of this year.
Sure.
It's very hard to get to know the personality of college basketball kids before March because there's so many games happening at one time. I think this will be a really good thing for Braden to, bring himself out there in the national spotlight. Hunter Dickinson did it with Barstool, last year, the year before?
It was 2 years ago. They did it for a couple months.
But it's smart.
Yeah, I like the idea of it if they do it right. That was not done well, but the Braden one will be good because it'll be strictly college basketball related with a good college basketball brand, up and coming younger dudes that kind of fit the idea of connecting with players and stuff. And I'm curious to see what it's going to be. Luckily, I work with the Sleepers guys now, so maybe we'll do something with Braden at some point.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I think it'll be fun, and it could be with the wave of NIL and resource and different funding in commercial aspect of college basketball. It could be a new wave of things where, I don't think the AJ DeBansas and the Darren Petersons, when they're 18 and 19, should have podcasts on their own. Sometimes, like I said, the schools will be like, Duke has the Brotherhood podcast, and Cam Boozer is going to be on it. That's a different type of thing. This is his own personal thing outside of Purdue basketball. And maybe it'll be a thing in the future when you have guys that stay, whatever it's going to be. I don't know who's a junior right now. It's a good example. But
sure,
junior star, Solo Ball, I think is a junior, right?
Yeah.
Solo Ball's podcast next year, if he has a great year this year and comes back or something of the sort like that. I think those are going to be cool and pop up more and more, and it's only going to help the marketplace and demand in college basketball.
Yeah, I hope we see more of this than less. You and I have talked about this before. I feel like the last 2 months of college basketball media has been kind of a big deal. There's more podcasts than ever before. Out
of nowhere.
You started one, T3 started one, Basket Under Review with Trilly's guys, Sleepers has one with Braden Smith now.
Yeah.
This is so good for the sport and so good for this new crop of, I don't want to call you an influencer, but college basketball media. So to
yeah, I'm
speak.
just kidding.
Well, you influence somebody.
Fair.
So this new crop of college basketball media, And so I really hope this turns into like you said, like a player thing where they can really be known and be out there and saying their own stuff. So this is exciting.
Yeah, it'll be cool. We talked about it. And someone asked me recently actually about this, like, oh, like, how do you feel about Basket Under Review and all these other, like, a couple of other brands specifically and their shows? And I said, oh, like, what did we, wherever we were, I was like, oh, like, rising tide lifts all boats. However, is that how you say it?
I think so.
Rising tide lifts all ships. So that's what I said. And I was like, it's good for there to be more out there in general. It helps us attract brands and whatever and more listeners across the sport itself. And I'm a positive guy. I don't really care if other people are doing things that I think are better than mine because I like that. And I think
different.
Not the point.
Different is always good as far as I'm concerned. So as long as everybody's
Exactly.
got a different lens and a different angle on it, which they seem to,
Yeah.
then the more the merrier, right?
Yeah. I don't know what they're calling it. Let me go look it up because I think it's like the
I
mind
saw
of a
it.
point guard.
Yeah, there was a name for it.
It was something about that, which I think is great.
Yeah.
Trae Young's podcast is called From the Point. I remember it being
Nice.
similar to that. It's called.
Are you
hold
still
on.
mad at Trae Young?
Well, he's hurt. It's called Running Point with Braden Smith. Amazing.
That's a great name.
I want him to
It's a
get
great
on
name.
X's and O's film analysis
Yeah.
of how he reads go through his read progression off of ball screens.
By the way, you're right about the NIL thing because somebody may just want to, sponsor
this.
that podcast only. And then that's a win for Sleepers and it's a win for Braden.
Yeah, and he might have who knows what he'll be doing in the future.
Something tells me his NIL is just fine this year.
Yeah, but I think in the future maybe he'll be in the NBA next year, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he'll still have his podcast. Hopefully.
If he wants it.
If he wants it. Anyway, shout out Braden Smith, shout out Sleepers. We love that. That's all we got for news and notes, unless you had anything.
Basketball.
Let's get right into the good stuff. I do want to announce a giveaway that we are doing for the start of the college basketball season. We are giving away three $100 home field gift cards for free. All you have to do, and you can get up to 3 entries per person, by the way. Up to 3 entries per person on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. All you have to do is be following the Blue Blooded Podcast account on that said platform and then just comment or reply on this giveaway post who your pick to win the national championship is, and then you'll be entered in. We will randomize the winners next Monday on November 10th. You have until Sunday, November 9th to enter so that we can announce the winners and randomize it on November 10th in the morning. I just want to give back. I love you. We love you. We want to give back for the start of the college basketball season and get you excited. Shout out to Home Field for helping us out and doing that. You cannot enter. No, don't look at me like that.
Maryland.
You cannot enter the contest.
No.
So go enter on there. Free $100 gift card, and we will be doing more throughout the season. Thanks. Okay, basketball. Let's get into the good stuff. Before we do the schedule for this week and the games and talk about specific matchups, let's do a national preview. Let's do our Final Four picks. We will play a little game that you don't know about. We'll do player awards, national player of the year, and a couple All American calls, and then we'll get into the good stuff this week.
Okay. I like games. You've already put your Final Four out there.
It might change
on the socials.
I think I already changed it.
Okay. Would you like to start there?
Let's start with the Final Four. My first Final Four team, definitely Houston. As a preseason, going into the season, I don't know how I can't have Houston as a Final Four team. They're basically a Final Four team every year. They weren't a couple of years ago because Jamal Shead got hurt. Otherwise, they would have been in the Final Four. There's no better year for them to win a national championship. I said this about Houston and Purdue. Houston and Purdue are due. I said it on the No Ceilings podcast I was on, and I didn't mean to rhyme it at the time, but it sounded great when I did.
Purdue is due?
Houston and Purdue are the two due teams. If there's no better year for them to win a national title than this year. It's both of those teams. One of them should win it. If those are the national champion, if that's the national championship matchup at the end of the year in April, 0% of surprise. No one will be surprised,
and everyone will be very happy.
But people will be like, "Oh, it's so boring. They've been the best teams all year." But then they'll realize like this is the greatest thing ever.
Not boring because Kelvin Sampson and Matt Painter are two of the most. What's the word I'm thinking of? Oh boy,
good coaches. The most good.
They are the most good coaches. The most deserving of getting a 2025, 2026 national title.
It'd be 2026.
Sure.
Correct. Houston's my first team. Texas Tech is my second team. Everyone knows I love Texas Tech. I'm not just going to pick the 4 quote-unquote best teams in the country right now to start the year. That's not how Final Fours work, but in the preseason it's a little tougher. I just think they're built for March. If they're healthy because they're not super deep, their guard play is unbelievable. The front court, they have enough. They have star power. They have shooting and versatility everywhere, and the system is great. Grant McCaslin's one of the best coaches in the country. I love Texas Tech. I have Duke as my third team. They could fall due to inexperience for sure, like they did last year, but that was also in the Final Four, and they probably could have won a national championship. The system is amazing. The players are so good. They're so mature beyond their years. The freshmen are great. Cam is awesome. Isaiah Evans and Patton Gongba are going to have breakout years. They're going to be great this year. My fourth team, when I did this the other day, I put Purdue down, and then I thought about it, and I was like, defensively, like I could see them losing in the Sweet 16, Elite Eight. Like, I think that could be an issue. Who would I replace them with? I don't know. I'd probably go with a deeper pull like a Virginia or a Gonzaga. I think but like Gonzaga, the same defensive concerns, but they play a different style of offense too.
You are higher on Virginia than most people in the country are this year.
Gladly. I have no doubt in my mind that Virginia's going to be better than people think. Not a doubt. Ryan Odom's amazing. He's never bad, ever.
I'm not arguing that, but I haven't heard them around the Final Four conversation yet.
Here you are. This is the Final Four. Here we are.
We're here.
We're here now. This conversation counts. So I have Houston, Duke, Texas Tech, Purdue. If I had to swap Purdue out, I'd say Gonzaga.
Nice.
I'd say Gonzaga as the fourth one. How about that?
Pretty good. I went a little different.
Sure.
Because I tried to think about it like you did, which is like at the end of the year, if things are clicking and going the right way, what teams can make a run and be there? I do have Houston and Purdue for all the reasons you said. It just feels right. I want Sampson there. I want Painter there. It's the safest options right now.
Yeah, they're unbelievable. They're best offense and best defense in the country.
Yep. My other two are kind of if things go right and go the way that the coaches want them to, I think they can make Final Four runs.
Hit me.
Number one is BYU.
If things go right, oof.
And look, Debanza is a superstar. But Richie Saunders, Robert Wright at point guard this year.
Dog.
Kada. Like, I think what Kevin Young is doing is such a fascinating, like, most college coaches don't come straight from where Kevin Young came from the NBA, from those, like, ops roles.
They're starting to now.
And he started a path, and look what's happening there.
Yeah.
There's a very real chance it's the best BYU basketball season ever.
It definitely could be. The season to beat is 3-seed BYU Jimmer losing the Elite Eight because Brandon Davies couldn't keep it in his pants. That's why they didn't go to the Final Four.
It's true.
I'm just being honest here.
It's true. So if everything clicks, I really love BYU. I thought about like a team like Michigan and Louisville, very similar to them, where if things are clicking and the offense is clicking, they're going to be really hard teams to beat. I consider Duke, obviously. They're really good, but I won't do that on this podcast. My fourth team, and I think you're going to disagree with me, is St. John's.
I do disagree. Well, it's not for me to disagree. It's an opinion.
Look, everybody knows they're going to be a top, 3 defensive team in the country.
5.
Fine.
5 to 10.
They're going to be a top 5 defensive team. Their offense is very likely going to be better than last year.
It has to be.
At the very least. If Ian Jackson is any bit of the point guard that Rick Pitino thinks he is, if Bryce Hopkins can even half bounce back to what he was his sophomore year, if these guys they brought in can shoot the ball, things can go really right for St. John's. And frankly, I just really want them to go right.
Yeah, it'd be sick. No, who wouldn't outside of UConn fans?
Yeah,
who wouldn't enjoy St. John's and Big East fans in general?
Yeah,
who wouldn't enjoy St. John's being great?
I did UConn, Louisville, Kentucky. I really considered here. Michigan, I considered.
St. John's is going to go into the tournament as like a 1, 2, or 3 seed.
Yes,
and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be last year's conversation, but worse because last year it was like, ooh, but St. John's is exciting and they're new. The defense, the size, maybe they can get past the shooting. Clearly they couldn't. So going into this year, it's going to be like pressure's on them.
Yeah,
pressure's on St. John's. Last year, by the way, they were the 68th best offense in the country in efficiency. That's terrible, but they don't have to be a top 10. To your point, they were also the second best defense last year, which is crazy behind Houston.
So if they're the 5th best defense and the 30th best offense, they can win the national title.
68 to 30 is a big jump. I don't know if bringing in 4 guards who have shot the ball relatively well is going to do that on its own.
We're going to find out, aren't we?
We are going to find out.
And by the way, if I have to be in somebody's corner, it's Rick Pitino's.
That guy rocks.
So those are my final 4 picks.
I have a couple honorable mentions that did not mention. Florida and Kentucky and UConn are obvious ones.
Yep.
I do think UCLA, because they're going to be a really good defensive team and they have great guard play, I think they're definitely a big sleeper. Arkansas, I've talked about a lot how much I love them. If the freshmen are great, they could definitely be a Final Four team. And then I already mentioned Virginia and Gonzaga. But those are my main sleepers. Most of the top teams in the country, realistically, outside of a couple who I didn't mention.
You think like an Arizona team could get there?
They definitely could. I have my doubts about Arizona between being freshman-led and with guys I don't know are going to be super consistent, especially early on. And then if their best player is Jaden Bradley, I don't have confidence in that. And then also Tommy Lloyd's style hasn't been able to eclipse that. And they've not only not been able to eclipse near Final Four, they fall flat every year.
Yeah.
They haven't been to a second weekend, have they? Or been to one Sweet 16, I think.
One Sweet 16.
They lost to Princeton as the 15 seed in the first round the one year. They almost lost to TCU when they were a 1 seed.
Yep.
TCU was the 8 seed. Then they lost in the Sweet 16.
TCU's always an 8-9 seed.
Well, not anymore, but yeah.
The team that I have that is quote unquote the lowest ranked that I considered here is Kansas. Because
It's fair.
you're the biggest Darren
Love
Peterson
Kansas.
guy there is. What if he scores 22 a game?
It still might
25 a
not be
game?
enough. Cade
Sure.
Cunningham lost to Oregon State.
Sure,
Who went to the Elite
sure,
Eight.
but if you're telling me that Bill Self has a guy
Yeah,
scoring 20-something
fine.
points a game, then all bets are off the table. And I don't think that you're going to have a third really bad is objective here. A Bill Self really bad year.
Yeah.
I don't see that coming, so I think Kansas. Why not?
Virginia's 59th on KenPom. That's my low.
That's
my low one.
That's the one. That's one.
Maybe
Actually,
St. Louis at 65.
I can't imagine that Kansas is that low on KenPom.
No, they're
21.
21?
21.
Oh. Arkansas's 29.
But by the way, I'm not naming them, but San Diego State at 30 is awfully intriguing.
Their offense won't be good enough, but yeah, I agree.
Yep.
All right, let's do player awards. And actually, let's play a game. I lied.
Okay.
I'm going to name a team. We're each going to say on the scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like them as a Final Four team? So
Okay.
if all things you know right now,
Okay.
obviously a million things will change. You say basically gut feeling, I think this is whatever, and we'll go from there based on their March success if they're as good as we want them to be.
Okay.
Sound good?
That sounds fun to me. How many teams are we talking here?
I don't know. We'll probably do like 10 to 15 of them.
Oh, okay. We're going to do rapid fire this.
Houston.
9.
I'll say 9. I agree. Florida.
4.
Ooh, I'll say 7. I'll say 7.
I'm more worried about the guard play than you are.
Defensively, I am worried about it, but yeah, fair. Okay. Purdue.
8.5.
I'm going to say 7 also.
Slightly below Houston, but they're right there.
The defense started to worry me a little more when I look at the history of teams riding defenses to a Final Four that are very good offensive teams already.
Yeah.
I think the floor of the defense has to be higher than I originally thought, but Purdue can be there.
Yeah. I just keep thinking, like, what if Braden, what if Kaufman? But they have all these. They have Clough. They have Mayer coming in. Like, they have all these guys coming in. I think it could work.
Kentucky.
6.5, 7.
Mine's a 6.
Okay.
UConn.
7. Just because they're so well coached.
I will say 9.
Okay.
What's not going to get – how are they not – like, not how are they not going to get there, though they can lose to anybody, right, whatever. But, like, what's going to be their downfall? I can't figure it out. They have good shooting. They have experience.
Right,
they have a go-to scorer.
I was just going to say they have solo balls going to be like the dude.
They have a go-to scorer. They have playmakers in the backcourt. They have a better defense. Terrace Reed's a great defender. Silas Demery's a good defender.
Yeah.
Like, what don't they have? I don't know. So I say 9.
Okay.
Illinois. I'm going by KenPom rankings, so Illinois 6, whatever. Illinois
6 in KenPom?
Yeah.
Oh, the Eastern Block's going to love it.
The Balkan Block.
5.5.
I'll say 3.
I have such a hard time trusting Brad Underwood teams in March.
I like Illinois. They're going to be fun. I'll say 3 because
I'm being generous.
the defense ain't going to be there. I don't think it's going to be there. So, Duke.
8.5.
I'll say 8. Gonzaga.
6. You'll be higher.
I'll say 7.
Okay.
Tennessee.
7.
I'll say 5.
The coaching matters.
They've never gotten to a Final Four ever.
I know.
So
I know.
why
Well,
now?
I'm just thinking about March and
Why now?
tournament. Okay, fair enough.
I said 5 though. It's not the worst. UCLA. I'll go 6 because of the guard play and the defense.
I'm a little
Love
bit
that.
more worried than you are. Donovan Dent is like
No, I'm
could be
worried.
the best player in the country. 5, I'll say.
Isn't that what I just said too?
You said 6.
Oh, okay. Michigan. I'll go 6 again.
I'll say 6, but I think that their ceiling. I mean, duh. I think that they could very easily be a Final Four team. They don't need
Fair.
everything to click. They need a couple things to click.
What'd you say? 6?
6 also.
What did I say? 6.
6.
Let's do 6 more. 5 more. Texas Tech.
You go first.
9.
Yeah.
If they're healthy, they're good.
6.5, 7.
Healthy, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Iowa State. I think they're a little bit of a sleeper, but I'll say 6 because I'll say 4 because of the offensive firepower, and they haven't been able to get to a Final Four with the really good teams.
I was
going to
say 4.5, but Joshua Jefferson is one of my favorite players in the country.
He's nice. Louisville.
7.
I'll say 5.
My scale is much higher than yours, I think.
I'll say 4 Well, yeah. Well, but like
That's
teams
okay.
who are lower seeds that are going to be like
I
7
know.
seeds have like a 10% chance to get there.
I
So that's a
know.
1 out of 10.
I know.
Louisville, I'll say 4. The guard play can carry them, but like the front court and defense is alarming a little bit. So what'd you say?
7.
Because the guards.
Yes. The
Let's
guards and the
do
coaching.
3 more.
Okay. Quick.
Arizona,
3.
I'll say 3. St. John's,
Well, based on my pick, 8.5.
I'll say 4. And then BYU,
8.
I'll say 6.5.
Yeah, I'm definitely concerned about them, but again, the ceiling is
Inexperience.
unbelievably high.
Yeah, the ceiling is high. That's true. Okay, I thought I'd play a little fun game. That's
I
all.
like that game. That was a fun game.
That was a fun time.
Ryan, when it comes to National Players of the Year, why don't you do yours, and I'll just interject with my thoughts instead of my teams.
Braden Smith and JT Toppin are the favorites.
Okay.
Yaxel Lendeborg is close to me because think about the statistical like production he's going to put up. If Michigan's a top 10 team in the country
Yep.
and he's averaging 18, 12, and 4 and 2 blocks a game and a steal, like it's going to be hard to make a case for anyone else unless Purdue is like undefeated and Braden Smith is getting all that, or
Yeah.
JT Toppin's putting up 25 a game, which I don't think he's going to do.
Nope.
So Braden, JT, I think Yaxel's right there with them. I think the two freshmen being Braden Smith, Cam Boozer, and Darren Peterson are also right there. Those 2 guys are going to be the hubs of their team. AJ DeBanza is going to be the best player on his team and the main scorer, but it's going to be more balanced on BYU. Darren Peterson in Kansas will not be a balanced team. It will be Darren Peterson running the show.
I was dead serious about the 25 points a game, by the way.
He won't score 25, but
Sure.
If he puts up 22 or 23 a game and 6 assists and 5 boards,
Yeah.
and Kansas is just all they have to do for him to win if he's putting that up is to be ranked all year long and be a top 20 team, like a top 4 seed in the tournament.
Yeah.
Then I think he deserves the Player of the Year award and he's going to be awesome. And Cam, Duke's going to be good. We saw him in the scrimmage put up like 20 and 20 already. Like he's so polished, he's so ready to roll. There will be a narrative around a Duke freshman because there always is. Whatever. Those 5 guys to me. And then throw in Donovan Dent as the 6th guy because if UCLA is going to be a top 10 team,
Yep.
people still don't understand how good he is. It's crazy. People don't know how good Donovan Dent is, and they're going to learn very fast.
He's good at everything.
They watched him at New Mexico at times, and they're like, oh, he's fun. Richard Pitino is fun. New Mexico is this cool team that won't do anything in March.
Yep.
Granted, that was correct. But Donovan Dent, number 1 in the country in scoring in scoring in transition last year.
Okay.
He's the fastest player you're ever going to see in a college basketball court. He's so crafty. He's a good scorer. He plays aggressive. He attacks bigs. He's a great passer. Fantastic passer. They have a good backcourt. They should be good. I don't know if they're going to be good at UCLA. Like, I think they're going to be at least decent. I don't know how good they're going to be because they're going to have to be a top 10 team for him to win the award. But if they are really good, like they should be on paper realistically, and the guards carry them, like if he's putting up whatever he put up last year, if it's like 17 and 7 or whatever it is, and in the Big Ten also, if he does it in the Big Ten, I don't see how he can't win the award.
He probably is going
those
to.
6 guys, Braden Smith, JT Toppin, Yaxel Lendeborg, Darren Peterson, Cam Boozer, Donovan Dent. One of those guys to me is going to win the National Player of the Year award. If I had to make a pick, I'd say Darren Peterson.
Okay. I know that Braden Smith is perceived as the favorite, and I think that's because he is the safest. I think that all of these guys' ceilings are so high that only one of them needs to be quote-unquote better than Braden Smith, so that I don't think he's going to win it.
How often, and exactly my point, how often do the safe floor picks win the National Player of the Year?
Braden Smith is going to average
First team All-American, without a doubt.
16, 9, and like 6 or something crazy like that on a probably top 5 Purdue team that's going to be top 5 all year long. He will be there the whole time, but I don't think that his ceiling is good enough to win this award in a year like this where there is so much talent at the top.
Yeah. Zach Edey was probably the only one going into the year, into 2024 after he had won in 2023 that was like, he's the easy safe pick. He was also averaging 90 and 90. So
I was going to say
it's a little different. It's a little different in my opinion. But nonetheless, even going back, looking at guys, Zion, number 1 recruit like Cooper Flagg, Obi Toppin at Dayton, Luka Garza, even Oscar Tshiebwe. Like, I don't think they were expected at all. That's my National Player of the Year. If you had to pick someone today, who would you pick?
Yaxel.
Okay. Because of the statistical piece and whatever, right?
Yeah, he's going to fill up the stat sheet in every which way possible. I think Dusty May is going to put him in a place where he is, I mean, this is obvious, the focal point of the offense.
Yeah.
He's going to get a bunch of shots up. You said the thing about the Big Ten, like step up. You're going to see it at the next level. And I am bullish on Michigan being right there when it comes to Final Four time, and that's going to matter at the end of the day.
Yeah. If you were curious, Jackson Smith and Jigba did not score yet.
Can we take a quick moment? A quick
Tucker Kraft moment?
Dude, moment of silence
stop,
for Tucker Kraft?
Stop. I don't want to do this right now. I had a bad fantasy day today.
Okay, right now.
Okay. That was it.
We're back.
He's probably fine. He's Tucker Kraft. He's always fine.
If you listen to this podcast, you know that Ryan is
big Tucker Kraft owner.
Kraft guy.
But JSN playing Sunday night couldn't be
Did
be
anybody
happier.
score yet?
It's 0-0.
Okay.
It's early though. It's okay. All right, let's do defensive player of the year. I didn't even think about it. I went JoJo Tugler. Best defense in the country, best defender in the country.
No
Guy's an
argument.
absolute monster.
I honestly, again, I didn't put my teams together like you did, but that was really a no-brainer for me. So, best defensive player on the best defensive team. I mean, what more is there to say?
I got an idea. I'm gonna pull up some stats on him. JoJo Tugler. Oh, does he go by Joseph Tugler?
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. JoJo Tugler last year. It's crazy. He's gonna play like not 40 minutes a game. He only played 22 last year. He's gonna play like 30-something minutes a game. He had 1 steal and 2 blocks a game in 21 minutes a game last year. Absolute monster. I wonder what his defensive rating was and like on-off stats.
Torvik?
No, I went on CBB Analytics real fast. Advanced defense, they don't have much on there besides like Hakeem percentage. Block percentage was not in the 99th percentile, 12.4 block percentage, and a 3% steal percentage, which is in the 94th percentile. He's amazing.
That's crazy.
He's part of the Houston defense too, which he gets a massive boost for, especially in his advanced metrics. He's a monster, and he's going to play a lot this year. So JoJo Tugler is my Defensive Player of the Year award. Freshman of the Year, I have Darren Peterson winning National Player of the Year, so I'm going to go Darren Peterson winning Freshman of the Year as well.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Outside of is there a? I think I may know your answer, but is there a freshman that you could see winning Freshman of the Year that you haven't mentioned yet?
Darius Acuff. I talked a lot about him. I don't need to repeat myself every week, but you asked the question, I answer. Darius Acuff's my answer.
Okay. Next best Cal guard.
Yeah,
Calipari, not University of California.
Definitely not. Shout out Mark Madsen.
Jason Kidd.
He coaches the Mavs, but he went there. I know.
He went there.
But Mark Madsen's the coach. Whatever.
Yes.
Transfer of the year, Yaxel. I forgot.
Yeah.
Transfer of the year will be Yaxel Lendenborg, although Donovan Dent could be there. Sturts could be up there if he plays amazing, or Jacoby Gillespie, Darian Williams maybe.
Yep.
I'd say those guys. It's probably the short list.
Yep. Yaxel is I would imagine, the front runner for that award.
Yeah.
Since he's the only one on all the lists for Player of the Year.
Yep. I'll run through my All-American.
Duh.
Yeah. I'll run through my All-Americans real fast, and then we'll get into the games this week, okay?
Let's go.
All-Americans, first team, Braden Smith, Darren Peterson, JT Toppin, Cam Boozer, Yaxel Lendenborg. I mentioned those 5 already. Second team, Donovan Dent. I already mentioned him, obviously. Otega Owe at Kentucky, Milos Uzon at Houston, AJ DeBanza, and Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Love it.
Third team, which I'm going to change something. I wrote down and put on social media, Bennett Sturts, Jacoby Gillespie, Darian Williams, Graham Ike, and Darius Acuff.
Okay.
I'm going to take Darius off and put Zuby Ejiofor on there because that was a slight by me, and that was not okay. So Zuby goes on there to make it Sturts, Gillespie, Darian Williams, Ike, Zuby.
Do you think Gillespie is going to score enough points to be like? Is he only going to be points from Gillespie, or why else do you think he'd be there?
Tennessee's going to be good. The floor is super high with them. I think he's going to be their best player. On top of that, he averaged 15 and 5 last year.
Yeah.
If he puts that up very efficiently, like he did on shooting over 40% from 3 as the main player on a team, although maybe not, because Maryland was really good last year, and he didn't get any All-American love, but he was on the cusp of it.
Look. So you're not going to find a bigger fan of his than me. I'm concerned about the speed of the offense and
they can play
his game a little bit. And no, he's a very good player, and they're a very well coached, efficient system.
Yeah. That's the All-American team. So let's get into the good stuff. All right, every week we'll try to do predictions, previews of the big games of the week, and try to talk about all the games to watch and whatnot.
Maybe more than usual this week.
Yeah, we don't, and because we don't have recaps to go over.
Well, we also don't know who's going to be good yet.
Yeah,
we're just guessing.
Yeah. Let's go over the big games first, and then, let's do this. Let's go through the week of games.
Okay.
How about that? And then we'll kind of flow through, starting with Monday, Tuesday, etc.
Oh.
Or we'll do Monday through the week and then into the weekend because the weekend games are crazy.
So 8 a.m. Monday, Queens versus Winthrop. Who do you got?
Queens. I don't know.
Great logo, by the way.
Yeah, it's Queens, a.k.a. Elon. That's
they're merging.
They merged, or they are merging. So they're still Queens.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. Big one, opening night. Outside of the Field of 68 event. Actually, Furman High Point is awesome. Furman High Point on day one. I don't know how the Field 68 got them to play each other on the first day, but I guess because neither of them are going to be in case for an at-large bid, so why not play each other now to prove who's the best purple team in the Carolinas?
We've already talked about a purple tournament. You get Evansville in there. Who else are we missing?
GCU,
TCU,
Northwestern.
Oh my! This is a great idea.
What would you call it?
The purple tournament.
No, it's gotta be better than that. Purple Rain.
Purple.
But you have to do a Prince tribute, right? Is that
we would
Purple
do
Rain?
a holographic. Oh boy. Yeah, we would do a Prince like hologram piped in for the halftime show.
How do you get the copyrights for that? And trademarks?
Don't worry about that.
Okay,
I'll let you worry about it. You're right, by the way, but I want to just back up for 1 second. The second game of the entire day is Bradley St. Bonaventure, which is two top 120 teams on KenPom.
That's going to be nice.
That's going to be a great game.
Bonnie's will be a solid A10 team, and Bradley's going to rock this year.
Bradley's
MVC's going to be so good.
Always good. Ryan Wardle is a very good coach.
Yeah. Love that game. Couldn't tell you who's going to win. Two of the best mid-majors in the country. I'd take Furman.
Which purple team? Yeah, okay.
I'll take the purple team.
I also like Furman.
Big game opening night, really. Number 3 Florida versus number 13 Arizona in Las Vegas. I saw Florida training at UNLV today, and I was like, why are they at UNLV right now? What do they do? They don't have a game to play in 2 days? Or that was yesterday, and then I was like, oh, they're playing in Vegas. So number 3 Florida, number 13 Arizona. Going to be a good one. Love they're playing that on opening night. And then after that, they do have Villanova versus number 8 BYU, also in Vegas on that same court of a little like showcase type tournament. Florida, Arizona is going to be great. A lot of size and athleticism, and two teams that like to play it fast for the most part, going both ways. I think that's going to be a great matchup. Florida is better than them, I think, but also Florida does the things that Arizona does, but better at the same time. So I think the size of Florida is definitely going to have the advantage. I think the guards in Florida guards could not struggle, but like all the guards on both sides of the ball are going to be acclimating,
they haven't gelled yet.
Except for Jaden Bradley on Arizona. But the Arizona guards relying more on the freshmen versus the Florida transfers being upperclassmen, I think is a huge plus. I think that front court is going to have their way with Arizona a little bit.
Yeah, the three of them up front is going to be
they'll make it tough. Like Krivas might have a tough start to his breakout season, but it's going to come.
Yeah, Condon Hall and Chinyolo.
But again, I think Arizona could definitely win this game. Like
same. This is the right time to get Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with new guards, this is the right time to play them for sure. Or maybe it's the really wrong time.
Yep. I like Florida, and I like BYU in the nightcap.
Yeah. Well, obviously you hate Villanova. Known Villanova hater. I don't know how. Here's my thing about BYU. It might not be so easy like everyone wants it to be, and it is on paper. They put this master super team together offensively. It just might not be great right away. They are playing close to home. They're in Vegas a lot. Like, there are a lot of things going their way. They should beat Villanova. If they were playing Florida or Arizona, who's Big 12, that's why they're not playing them. But if they were playing Florida right now, like, it'd be a different story probably. But they should have their way with Villanova.
Look, Villanova hater, yes, but also too many new pieces, have not played together yet. I think it could get ugly.
This is a great, actually, like, it's not a tune-up game for BYU at all, but it's a great, like, good level tune-up game.
It's good enough.
If they play their way and they play their full capability, they're gonna have their way with Villanova, make them look silly, and be like, look, we just beat the shit out of a good power team.
Yep.
So I'll take BYU also. I like that, but there's still some things to watch out there. Caden Lewis and AJ DeBanza, two of the better freshmen in the country, not just AJ. So that'll be fun to watch too. Texas versus number 6 Duke in Charlotte, North Carolina on Tuesday night. Not a home game for Duke.
It's a home game.
It's a home game. That'll be interesting because I think Texas's pieces, they're so experienced and they're so much older. I don't think it's going to be like Duke could kick the shit out of them, but I think it's going to be a close game. I actually think it'll be much closer because this is the first time that Duke's putting this all on the floor with their young guys. Last year, they had this generational young freshman class, Cooper Flagg, Conkanipple, Kaman Malawach. Like, it wasn't so easy right away, especially for Cooper and shooting the ball. There are different players, obviously. Cam's a different player, etc. It still might not be put together so simply on day one for Duke. And Texas is not a bad team at all. Like I said, experienced guards. Sean Miller is a decent enough coach that their guys could be ready to go right away. If I had to pick someone, I'd still take Duke in Charlotte, and they're the better team. But I think this game is going to be closer than people expect.
I'm happy that the country gets to see Cam Boozer in the national spotlight immediately.
That'll be cool. I think it's the only really, really good game on Tuesday. Is that correct?
I think so. Wednesday's the lightest of everything. So
Yeah, it's like the first 2 days are like basketball, and then it's like basketball, and then the weekend basketball.
Yeah. But even like yes, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Wednesday's a little light.
Yeah. Let's go to Friday.
Okay.
Because Friday's gonna be a crazy day. I'm gonna list out the games, and then we'll come back to it. Okay.
Go ahead.
Georgetown, Maryland. Charleston, Liberty. Kansas at North Carolina in Chapel Hill. VCU, Utah State. Yale versus Navy. Chattanooga, St. Mary's, and McNeese at Santa Clara. Let me just say before we get into the power games, Charleston, Liberty, VCU, Utah State, Yale, Navy, Chattanooga, St. Mary's, McNeese at Santa Clara. Elite mid-major slate on Friday night.
Can I have the floor on Yale, Navy, please?
You want to start with Yale and Navy?
Yeah,
fire away.
Because I think that in this sicko schedule we're putting out every week. And by the way,
we'll get to that.
I already saw some of the chirping about like, oh, it's not sicko enough, Adam. If you're telling somebody that you're excited for Yale Navy, you're a sicko.
Yes.
Just want to make that very clear.
Yes.
I am excited for Yale Navy. Navy, by the way, new coach. Coming off 2 losing seasons. They are picked to win the Patriot League, and they are picked to have the Conference Player of the Year. His name is Austin Benini. He had a game last year where he had 35, 8, and 4. He's 5'10".
That's elite.
He's going to be so much fun. Yale is looking to make their 3rd tournament in a row, and they travel to Annapolis, Maryland.
They're playing
to
at
face
Navy. That's crazy.
I love this game.
The last 5 years of champions in the Patriot League to represent them in the NCAA tournament. Last year was American, and then the 4 years before that, Colgate.
Yeah.
Colgate. So this would be a big one for Navy.
Yeah,
and
look, Navy has not been relevant in our lifetime in college basketball.
I don't know if they've ever been relevant, have they? Let's see.
Oh, Ryan.
In basketball?
David Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. The Admiral. Obviously. That was silly.
Yes.
That's been since they haven't been in the tournament.
From the Admiral to Austin Benini, here we are.
Yes. They haven't been in the tournament since the 90s, late 90s.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I wanted to give Navy specifically a minute here because I think they're going to be a lot of fun this year.
And Yale rocks.
And
Yale always rocks.
They're the pick to win the Ivy League. I think it was consensus.
Yeah, Nick Townsend is going to be a baller for them. That's going to be a good one.
Yep.
Anyways, really good mid-major slate. Charleston Liberty is going to be one of the best games of the week, in my opinion. If I had to choose like an underrated game of the week, that's probably the one. You have Charleston, Chris Mack, known for playing one of the fastest styles in mid-major basketball, and then Liberty, literally the slowest team in the country right next to Drake last year.
Yeah.
But they're both so good at it. Liberty is better at it. So I think it's a really good test for both of them because, again, I mean, actually, Liberty could make a case for an at-large bid later in the year if things go well. But most likely, neither of those teams are looking at an at-large bid. They're going to have to win their conference to get a 12 or 13 seed, depending on how it goes.
Yep.
But as a really good dark horse potential like Cinderella that people like, this is a huge one for Liberty because they can make an at-large case. But nonetheless, either way, I think it's a really good test to play someone that's at your quality or better, but at the mid-major level, and complete opposite style. So you can be thrown into the fire right away.
I have some bad news for you.
What?
That's going to be an illegal stream game.
Yeah, I couldn't find where it's. Yeah,
I don't think it's on it.
It's probably on one of their websites. I'll have to look it up.
Yep.
Georgetown, Maryland. We love that rivalry is coming back. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a dogfight. I think neither team's going to shoot the ball well, and it's going to be like 61-60.
You want my honest opinion?
You think Georgetown's going to win?
If Maryland's as banged up as they seem, they're kind of fucked here.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
So.
But it's good to have that back. I'll be tapped in. That's going to be a good one. Kansas at North Carolina in Chapel Hill. No playing in Texas or no playing in Charlotte. They're playing at Chapel
Bill
Hill.
Self is
that
the
right?
Best, dude.
Am I right in that?
You are correct.
That's amazing.
Bill Self is the best.
They played at Kansas last year, I think. Because you know why?
Did they?
We were in Arizona going to the GCU game with your friends out to dinner that one night, and we were watching on the TV. I remember that game specifically.
Right. It was at Kansas.
Remember that game specifically. It's a great home and home between the Blue Bloods. We love that. It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a lot of free-flowing offense and a lot of fun. Oh, this is a good one. I think Kansas they're going to be better put together than people think early on.
Yes.
I also think Carolina is not. People think there are two sides of the Carolina perspective. Some people that are Carolina fans obviously say, oh, you have them at 30. You don't think they're the fifth in the ACC or four. Like, they're not going to be that good. You're a hater. And then there are people who are like, oh, you only put Carolina at 30 to fit them in the graphic at all. I'm like, no, they're going to be decent, I think. Like, Carolina is somewhere in the middle is the reality of things for Carolina. And they could, this is going to be a great game, I think. And this is going to be one of those games where you look back on in March when you're looking at resumes and who to pick in your bracket, and you're going to be like, Kansas played Carolina, and XYZ happened, I couldn't tell you what's going to happen. But like Darren Peterson went 1 for 12 and Kansas lost or whatever it is. I like the upperclassmen that Kansas brought in. I think Melvin Council and those guys are going to be huge right away. I don't know if Luka Bogovac is technically eligible yet.
I don't think that he is.
That's a problem.
Look it up. What does it say?
I'm looking him up right now. Here we go. Who's to blame? I don't think he's eligible.
He's not eligible yet.
Okay, so that's a problem.
Remains out.
I mean, first of all, NCAA.
By the way, before I like
Kansas
Kansas anyway, for that one, I mean, look, no one's walking into the Dean Dome and walking out unscathed with ease, but I think Kansas, to your point, is prepped and ready to go.
Yeah, Kyan Evans, Seth Trimble will start in the backcourt for Carolina. Caleb Wilson and Henry Vasar will start. They probably start Jaron Stevenson also, who I do like. There's no depth on this team, in my opinion, especially with Luka out. That's a huge problem. That's why I like Kansas in this game. And especially a team that has no depth. Like early on, you go through struggles in game 1 and game 2, etc. And then you can't like toy with rotations. You don't know what to do. I like Kansas in that game.
Same.
They could lose. Other games that night, love VCU, Utah State. That is going to be fun.
In Texas, by the way.
And let me say this. Which is weird. It's like meet in the middle.
Whatever, man.
Meet in the middle.
Meet in the middle, but not really at all.
But like also out of the way.
Yeah.
Not right. Meet in the middle would be like St. Louis.
You know what? I know why they're playing each other. This is the only
It
was a connecting airport for both of them. They couldn't get to the other school directly.
Well, no.
Airport
This is
in
Ryan
Texas.
Odom left Utah State to go to VCU, so
Sure.
he scheduled that, and then now he's at Virginia, so that's why they're playing.
Very funny.
One of the better games of the week, in my opinion. VCU and Utah State, unlike Charleston and Liberty, are both going to be playing for at-large bids later in the year.
Yeah.
It'll come easier to Utah State being in the Mountain West and having the better schedule later on in the year. But this is a huge game for both of them. That if they look back and say, damn, we don't know if we're going to be in on Selection Sunday, we have to wait and see.
Yep.
And we lost because we lost the game like that, and it could be the other way if we would have won it. Love both of those teams. I think Utah State is going to be a lot better than people think. They have Gary Clark and a really good transfer class coming in with Mason Falslev, a team that was good last year. I love Jared Calhoun, who's had success everywhere. They're going to be good. They play fast. They like to score for the most part. And VCU, we know with the new Martelli system.
Yeah, I'm like pretty obsessed with VCU. I think Tyrell Ward could win A-10 Player of the Year.
So could Barry Evans.
Yeah, that's your guy. I think they're going to be really good and really fun immediately. So
I honed in on that game because I love that game.
yes,
That's going to be a very, very fun game. Let's get into Saturday. Alabama at St. John's. Oh my God!
Just right away.
I have to mention Penn State at New Haven. We're
Let's
not going to preview
go!
the game much outside of the fact that that's cool.
Yeah, New Haven first year in D1 basketball.
Yeah.
And I believe this is their first home game.
First home game. Yes.
Well, they opened up the season at UConn. Or they opened up their D1 history at UConn. So
What's the score going to be in that game?
The line's going to be like 48.
All right. What do you think I'm going to show you. Have you seen the picture of New Haven Arena?
Yes, it's a high school gym.
Okay.
What do you think?
Let me show you the picture
No,
again.
you go first.
You see the picture?
I do.
What do you think? For anyone not watching, it is about, I would say, about 12 rows up, and there's probably about it's smaller than a high school gym.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's legitimately smaller. What do you think the capacity of this gym is, if you had to guess, to the exact number? Take a wild guess.
4,500.
Holy shit! Are you serious?
I don't know.
Do you want to see the picture again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a second guess. Here it
That's
is
too much.
with people in
Okay,
it.
but
Brother, I've had high school soccer
are they
games.
going to add in stands?
I don't know. Good
It's
question.
it's
They can add stands.
It's less than 3,000, probably like 2.
It's 1,000 people.
Wow.
The Hazel Center at New Haven's capacity is 1,000 people for basketball games specifically, making it the smallest capacity gym in the NEC.
I love it. By the way, not in the country. Anyway,
Probably is.
Ken Pom has this as a 37-point game.
Penn
anyway,
State?
no. They do have Penn State as 17-point favorites
I'll take New Haven.
over New Haven.
We're not a
It
betting-
is actually New Haven's second home game, by the way. They open up against Columbia the night before.
Oh, interesting. They're
So
just trying to pack it in.
Shout out. Excuse me.
That's why we can blame when they lose to Penn State. We blame it on them being tired.
That's right. Shout out New Haven. Good
Pizza.
luck this year.
Okay. Alabama at St. John's at the Garden. Towson at Houston, I wanted to mention because Towson's a
Wow.
potential tournament team. San Francisco at Memphis. Providence versus Virginia Tech in Connecticut, which is a home game, even though it's marked as a neutral. Arkansas at Michigan State. Chattanooga at UNLV. And Oklahoma at Gonzaga are the big games to watch on Saturday. Alabama St. John's is probably what I'm going to go to at the Garden. Love that they're playing each other.
Noon,
That's going to
right?
be it's an early game. Yeah,
A matinee at the Garden.
I mean that's going to be so much fun.
What says New York City like a 12 o'clock St. John's game?
That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. I think the pace will be fun. The St. John's bigs are gonna again have their way. Although and LeBaron Fallon I think is also gonna have his way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna be a really fun game. One of those games down to the wire, super close.
I drafted him in my fantasy
LeBaron
basketball team.
I'd take St. John's if I at home if I had to make a pick,
Yeah,
a
game
preview,
one,
whatever.
No doubt.
Towson at Houston, I wanted to mention. Houston will probably beat them by a lot, but Towson's a potential tournament team. Love that they're going to play at Fertitta. That'll help them later on in the year.
It's
if they don't
by the
lose by
way,
a lot.
people growing a little bit wary of Pat Scarry at Towson if they don't make the tournament this year.
Yeah, that's fair. But they've also been better than they've ever had. So
I know,
like,
but they're like waiting to got to make it.
San Francisco at Memphis. We talked to Chris Gerlofson at San Francisco. He mentioned how these games are so important for them getting an at-large bid because it's not easy to beat Gonzaga and St. Mary's, especially twice in a year. So scheduling the teams you can schedule, the Memphis, the St. Louis type teams, you have to win those games if you want an at-large bid. They're playing so many quad one games because they know they have to. So this is a huge game for St. Louis. Memphis, usually a tournament team. They have been in the past few years. Obviously a big game for them also at home. FedEx Forum.
By the way, Memphis's out-of-conference schedule is absurd.
Read it.
San Francisco, Mississippi, UNLV, Purdue, Baylor, Louisville, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State.
Jesus.
I left out 2 teams in there. Doesn't matter.
Love it. That's awesome. Providence versus Virginia Tech, another great one. That's a bubble game to me. That's a potential bubble game that we
Would you
look
like
at
to
later
talk
in
about
the
your
year.
guy real quick? Sorry.
Love Neil Abdelas, and I love Providence. Friar. I think it's going to be a great game. Talk about welcome to American college basketball. You get to go play, not in the dunk, but you get to experience the Providence home crowd in Connecticut.
This is at the Mohegan Sun Arena. You're basically on the floor.
Is that where
in
they're
the first
playing?
row? Yes.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
It's got to be.
Yeah, it's
Am I
gonna be
wrong?
fun.
It has to be there.
Although where did he play beforehand?
Nico?
He played.
Well, some of these Euro leagues are like
That's
wild,
what I was
too.
going to say. The Euro leagues are absolutely crazy.
By the way, yes, it's at the Mohegan Sun. I mean, the first row is on the floor. It's going to be loud.
Yeah, he's from Greece. Oh, he played at Panathinaikos. He'll be fine.
Oh, but that's where the flares and stuff
He'll
go
be
up.
perfectly fine. It's just gonna be fun. Like whatever,
it'll be
playing
fun.
against those small crowd will be a lot of fun.
Great game. Who do you like?
I think Virginia Tech's a little better, but I like Providence
Yeah,
in it.
home game, good atmosphere.
Start the year, yeah. Arkansas at Michigan State, amazing game. Arkansas going to Michigan State, come on now, that's incredible.
I love when coaches do this early on, and Cal is not scared of it, obviously.
No, he's not scared. He's ducking no smoke. Their schedule to start the year is absolutely
Who?
insane.
Arkansas? I
I'll
mean,
pull it up. Ready?
He does it every year.
So they play against at Michigan State. They play against Duke, Louisville, Texas Tech, Houston, and Tennessee. And wait,
no, that
that's
would
Tennessee.
Be a conference game.
Whoops. So what did I say?
Up to Houston.
Michigan State, Duke, Louisville, Texas Tech, Houston.
Yeah.
And the last 4 of those are within 3 weeks of each other. Less than that. 2.5 weeks of
I'm
each other.
looking at
Oh
that,
my
yeah,
God.
Right around the holidays.
That is crazy. It's a crazy way to go into SEC play. That's going to be a really fun one. I think that Arkansas, honestly, it's a long season. I think right away in this game, you know what you get out of Arkansas. They don't have to win this game. If they don't win, like it's not the end of the world. You're playing in the Breslin Center. But if Arkansas looks good, the freshmen look good, this is a really good game, and you lose to a Michigan State team who plays up to the caliber of the challenge, you can be confident about Arkansas going forward for the rest of the year. If they look shaky early, again, I know it's the beginning of the season. It's a gut feeling I'm having of like, you're going to know what you're getting out of the Arkansas team right away. That's how I feel about it.
like Arkansas in this game. Again, we've talked about Michigan State. They need a lot from some of their freshmen coming in to show depth and be really good. And this is game 1, so
I wonder how Darius and Malik are going to react to the Michigan State defense right away. That'll be interesting.
It's no joke.
But if they can get it going, Michigan State's going to they're going to struggle to keep it up.
Yep.
So Chattanooga UNLV is a fun one. Oklahoma at Gonzaga. Gonzaga should beat them pretty handily. But Oklahoma, sleeper team that people like. Shout out Xavier Brown and Coach Justin Scott from St. Joe's, our guys there. We'll see how that goes. Rest of the weekend on Sunday, Indiana Marquette.
Where is that?
Chicago, I think.
Okay.
Meet halfway. That is halfway.
They could just walk. Yeah.
Okay.
That's an
Indiana Marquette.
home game.
Love that game. I like
Yeah.
Indiana in that game.
Me too.
Neutral site, big arena.
Just to be
love it.
clear, any game at the United Center is
Is that where they're
an
playing?
Indiana home game. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be an Indiana home game for sure. Texas A&M, Oklahoma State, I wanted to bring up
Wow.
because this game might have 300 points.
Buckyball.
Buckyball likes to go, 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 and Steve Lutz likes to go, go,
I
go.
kind of like Oklahoma State this year.
They're not bad. This is going to be a good test for the dark horses in the Big 12 and SEC.
They may give up 1 million points this year, but they're going to score it too.
This game is going to be in the 90s for both teams.
Let's check.
I'll say definitely 80s.
Let's just give a real quick check on our Ken Palmy here.
Yeah.
They have 81.79. They got it. Oh no, they got it at. That's too low.
Pump it up. 80s. Definitely in the 80s.
Up.
Last one to go through, Washington at Baylor. Love that game. I think it's at Baylor in Waco. I'm pretty sure.
That's really good.
Sunday night, late night game. We'll be recording next week as that game is going on. So we'll keep it up on the screen maybe or something like that.
I love that.
I love Washington. Another team who I think, like Arkansas, this is going to be a good test for them. This is going to be a really interesting test to look at and say, hey, Washington's a real deal or they're not. Honestly, the same for Baylor. I don't have all the confidence in the world at Baylor. I think they'll be fine. They'll be a tournament team. But I don't this is a good test for both of them. Very random that they're playing this game, to be honest. I can't think of the connection unless there's something in the staffs that I'm missing.
I wonder if there's a home and home next year or something.
Yeah, but I think it's a great game for both of them, especially as Washington gets better and improves. And playing at Foster is not easy.
Confirmed, by the way, home and home.
Okay.
They're in Washington next year.
I am doing a list of my top 10 game day environments that I've been to and basically trying to track it over college basketball. Foster Pavilion is number 2 behind GCU right now. GCU
was a blast.
Yeah, but the Baylor Arena, Foster, is so nice. It's like an EPL arena, how the fans are basically on the court. It's loud, it's small.
By the way, for those reasons, I like Baylor.
Yeah. The Baylor defense system has not been great the last couple of years. I like Washington, I think.
Nice.
I'll take a sleeper. So,
honest.
If you had to pick one favorite game of the week, what's your favorite game of the
Navy.
week? Give me 2.
Maryland, Georgetown, and Yale Navy.
Okay.
Are those cop-outs?
No, that's your answer.
Yeah. I'm thrilled that Maryland and Georgetown are playing again.
Yeah.
Really excited about it, and I gave you my Yale Navy reasons.
Arkansas, Michigan State, and VCU, Utah State for me.
VCU, Utah State's a really
most
good
intriguing games of the week for me.
Yeah,
I'm very excited to watch those.
Really good one.
Very excited to watch all of those games. All right, let's get on to Q&A. That was a preview of all the games of the week. Like I said, we're not going to, that was very short and sweet previews. One, we don't know how teams are going to look and everything, but also there's so many games going on this week and nothing to recap. So I wanted to try to fit all that in and shout out the small schools and smaller games as well.
We have a lot of Q&A today, Ryan.
They're fun Q&A.
Are you ready?
Q&A. I'm ready, yeah.
All right, we got 4 questions for you. Number 1 comes from Nate Stenbach. He said, this is a great question, and I'll let you list out the teams as you please. What are the reasons the top teams won't win a championship?
Okay, like devil's advocate.
Yeah, so
how about you read a team?
Okay.
I'll give you a reason.
Why won't Purdue win a championship?
Absolutely defense. That'll be their downfall, if any downfall.
Okay, probably
That's how I'm answering this. If they have a downfall, it'll be okay. Defense.
Probably the opposite answer here. Houston.
Offense.
Yeah. Okay.
And more like offensive firepower, but like depth of offensive options. That's usually their downfall, or depth in general and injuries.
What about Florida?
I'll say perimeter defense and not having Boogie Flan could be a closer, but perimeter defense or not having a closer.
Sounds like guard play to me.
Yeah.
Here's a tough one for you because of what you said earlier, UConn.
I don't know. I don't know how, as I said earlier, I don't know where the hole is in UConn.
Okay.
I mean, injuries is a cop-out answer, but I said it for Houston because it's always an issue for them, and depth could be an issue for them. I don't know what the answer is for UConn. They should be able to shoot the ball. It could be defense, could be why they don't win a championship.
I was going to say, is the answer just there's other teams that are better?
Sure. Maybe they just, how about this? They lose a close game.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my answer.
All right, I like that one. St. John's.
Shooting, for sure, and just a general style of how they play offense.
What about Duke?
Inexperience, again, like it was last year.
Okay, I'm going to rattle off a couple more here.
Yeah.
Michigan and BYU.
Michigan, turnovers and bad outside shooting, both like last year. BYU, defense and inexperience.
Okay. What about Kentucky?
Maybe too many mouths to feed because I think their defense, win a national championship, defense will be their downfall if they lose.
Okay. Do you think OA has a chance of winning National Player of the Year?
Yeah, if the Kentucky is the number 1 in the country, which they could be after a week for all I know.
Yeah,
so
that's true too.
Yeah.
One of your Final Four picks, why won't Texas Tech win a title?
Depth for sure.
Okay. I'm going to stack these together in kind of groupings here. Louisville, UCLA.
Louisville, UCLA, both of them because of front court. Louisville also defense.
Okay. I mean, at UCLA, that won't be an issue. Arizona and
Right.
Arkansas.
That's my point about. Yeah, exactly. What'd you say? Sorry.
Arizona and Arkansas.
Arkansas, the freshmen not being elite, like not being unbelievable like we want them to be, and Arizona freshmen not being consistent and great, I guess. Just like the freshmen not being consistent enough.
Don't talk about my boy Koa Pete like that.
I'm just saying devil's advocate.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay, and last
Anything
one.
else? Okay.
Why won't Alabama win a national title?
Same thing as always. The style they
Yeah.
play and defense, and they're probably not going to win, and that's
Okay.
going to be why.
That's a fun one. All fan bases, please pin that one and just get ready to hammer Ryan. Oh, no pun intended.
Well, one of those teams is going to win. Well, that's not true.
One of those teams will maybe win. No
might,
Michigan
might
there.
be someone else.
Oh, Michigan is
Michigan's in
I
there.
lied.
Okay.
All right. Question number 2. No name on this one, but where does opening day of college basketball rank on your list of best college basketball days of the year?
Ooh.
And I'll take it one further, Ryan. Where does it rank on your sports days of the year?
Let me start one thing at a time here.
No.
Selection Sunday and the Thursday the season the
Nah.
tournament starts are the two best days. Can I put like the first weekend of the tournament? Is that just one?
We'll
thing?
count it as one.
Okay. First weekend and Selection Sunday are the two best.
Okay.
Love the Final Four. Is definitely better than opening day in my opinion. And I think Feast Week is better than opening day and opening week also. Because the opening week is kind of lackluster. Like there will
Yeah.
be good games, but like it's very select.
I will say the 8
Feast
a.m. start does make it more special this year.
Yeah,
It
until
makes it feel more
until the
special.
game sucks tomorrow morning.
Whoa.
Well, this will be as if it already happened if you're
Now, the
listening.
game's
but,
over. Can you believe how close that game was?
Dude, that was a crazy game.
That was crazy.
So that would put it at 4. I can't think of many. Like, I'd put second weekend also over it.
Okay.
So, like, I guess it's at, like, the fifth best one.
What other sports days of the year are better?
I mean, Super Bowl is kind of overrated to me. It's, like, the culmination of something that, like, you need the game to be good, and it's never really that good.
Okay.
What else is better? Sports Equinox is pretty cool, but it's not better than this, in my opinion,
the
for
first,
me.
The first NFL Sunday is
World Cup is every 4 years.
Sure.
But World Cup is better.
Yep.
Um,
All the days of the
the
World Cup.
last day of the Premier League season is
Mhm.
the best.
It's the best.
So that might be over this also.
That's a
When
good
it's good, it's good.
That's a good one.
I don't really care for like
Okay.
anything else. I'll probably just
Not a
keep it at that.
Masters guy.
I'll watch it, but
Okay.
I'd rather this.
Okay. Question number 3 comes from our guy Joey Shea. What's up, Joey?
Always on these questions.
Always, yeah, he's always on his shit.
Always.
Whoa, this is a weird one. Okay, I got it. Tricky question here. Will every team in the country lose first, or will every team in the country win first?
So you're saying will everyone get a win first, or will everyone get a loss first?
Yeah.
Do the non-D1 games count?
They count for the D1 teams.
They do.
Yeah.
So
If you
Mississippi.
have a 1 in front of your record, then it counts.
So Mississippi Valley State,
Yeah.
if they beat Mississippi University for women,
Absolutely counts.
okay. Who?
By the way, that's a tough game.
That's a tough one. I was telling Jess about some of the games that are being played this week.
The biblical school of
Dude,
Bible.
It is hilarious. First of all, some of the schools are D3 that I played in college at soccer, and we would kick the shit out of some of those teams. So now I'm watching their basketball teams have to play on this. Like, I'm trying to find some of the
Kansas versus
answers.
Misericordia is basically what you're talking about.
Florida National at Florida International.
Oh my God,
Dude, what a game. Washington Adventist at Norfolk State. Georgia Court's playing. Shout out Jersey. SUNY Cobleskill. We beat them 8-0. They're playing at Lemoyne. Western New England is playing at Vermont. I got to find this other one real fast. It's very, very important that you hear
Do
it.
you know what it is?
I know what the team name is. I'm just got to find the day they're playing.
Oh no.
Here it is. Okay. Lindenwood, D1.
I know who they are.
They are hosting the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy.
Wait,
The pharmacy section offers a Power 5.
I got something better
big
for
guy.
you. Are you ready? I know where it is.
No shot. Where
It is in Oregon. Look it up real quick.
Why do you know that?
I'm pretty sure it's in Oregon.
University of Health Science. Wait, what is it? Science and Pharmacy.
Or
And
Philly.
farm-
It's
and
either
pharmacy.
that or Philly. It's Oregon or Philly.
It's in St. Louis,
Damn
Missouri.
it! Well,
Yeah, because Lindenwood's in Tennessee.
this
I
part
think.
of the podcast was brought to you by. Okay, that's fine. So
Wait, so to answer the question,
the win is the answer.
Yeah, but some of those teams, like the HBCU teams, a lot of them will
Yeah.
play like only amazing teams right away.
Yeah.
So watch. If I go down to the, I'm just gonna do a couple real fast. Like Coppin State. Here we go. Here's Coppin State's schedule.
Yeah.
Maryland, LaSalle, JMU, South Florida, Central Michigan, South Alabama. But on November 18th, they fit in Central Pennsylvania. Never heard of that school before.
Be careful, CPU.
But I don't know. I guess I'll say, does everyone get a loss first? It's gonna take too long for everyone to get a loss.
For the sake of playing devil's advocate, I will take the other way around. Like, I don't think Arkansas Pine Bluff is going to beat Ecclesia or Champion Christian in December.
They're going to be one of them.
So I think everybody will have a loss first. That's a really fun one. Can we keep tabs on that?
Yeah, and Chicago State is a great example.
Yeah.
They play only D1 teams.
Yeah, I love it.
They're going to get their ass kicked every single game until January.
Yeah, we're going to keep tabs on this. Joey, great question.
Great amazing question. I don't know what the answer is because, like, Chicago State's not going to win a game. Sorry. Until they're projected to win one January 2nd, but it's a conference game by 1 against Wagner. So they might go winless into mid-January. They could hypothetically. So I would say that everyone picks up a loss first. Although Purdue, we talked about their schedule, they could win their entire non-con. I'll say everyone gets a loss first.
Oh, that's what I said.
Wait,
you said win.
But there's going to be a team like this that doesn't play a shitty non-D1 team.
I'm taking the opposite of whatever you take.
Okay.
All right, last question. Now, you've had a lot of fan bases. You always have a lot of fan bases in your inbox and in our inbox and in our mentions. So this question was asked about a lot of different teams. So I'm going to kind of give it to you in 2 different questions.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 2 teams to choose from, but one of these fan bases will hate you automatically.
I think ask me the raw question first.
Okay.
I did see the question actually.
Most likely to exceed expectations, and which one is most likely to disappoint?
Okay.
Number 1.
No, I think I'll do it generally. I want to answer.
Oh, for each one.
I want to answer it generally.
Okay. Most likely to exceed expectations or disappoint.
Right.
BYU.
A lot of people have been asking that. So to me, I wrote it down on the sheet for us.
Okay.
To me, it's BYU and Louisville to disappoint.
I understand what you're saying. Sorry, I thought this was a
That's okay.
classic miscommunication.
I think that to disappoint, BYU and Louisville are my 2 biggest candidates. Not that I think they're going to.
Interesting.
Because I'll explain. One, both of them have a lot of new pieces. They're both going to be offensive centric, and if their offenses aren't humming when they need to, and their defense is really bad, like it could be, that's going to be a huge problem, and they're going to lose games way too easily, and they're going to lose games that are frustrating losses. Any offensive fan of offensive teams will tell you that. BYU is obviously, and also actually for both of them, we haven't seen it for either of them, right? Like Kevin Young hasn't been a coach of like this amazing college basketball team. A lot of their guys are young and new. Pat Kelsey has never coached a top 25 team, but he's never coached a team of this caliber with national expectations of Final Four national title contention. Yeah. So to me, if things go wrong early, it's like, oh, wow, like they're actually not that good. I don't think either of them are going to be bad and flop. I just look at all the teams at the top, and I'm like, those are 2 of the teams that I could see flopping harder than the rest.
I want to make one thing very clear. Kevin Young does not have a great NCAA background, but he did coach the Sixers and the Suns. So
he was the offensive coordinator for the Suns?
He'll be just fine.
Wow, the Suns all... I'm just kidding.
Where I was going with this is I love Pat Kelsey. I think he is... Like, Louisville had one of their darkest stretches in the history of the program in the last couple of years before he got there. And the level of energy and the way he was able to invigorate that fan base and that program is great. I am concerned that Pat Kelsey is great when you're good and kind of annoying when you're bad. I don't think they're going to be bad, but because there's expectations now, to your point, I am fearful for him what that fan base might do if things don't go the right way.
Like if they drop out of the top 25 in January,
they're going to call for his head.
And they're still going to be a tournament.
They're going to call for his head.
They're going to be angry because Kentucky fans will never let them hear it.
Yeah, they're going to call for his head.
Okay,
so that was disappointing. What about most likely to exceed expectations?
I've talked about Virginia, but I think I want to go higher than that.
Okay.
I'm looking at teams that have incredibly high ceilings. I'm trying to see not saying these teams aren't, same thing with BYU or Louisville. Not that these teams are going to exceed by a country mile, but I think they definitely could. 2 teams that I think have a crazy high ceiling that aren't getting ranked at anywhere near that are Kansas and Arkansas. Obviously, freshman-run teams and freshman-led teams will get knocked early in the season, and I've said it a million times. I believe in Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas. I believe in Darren Peterson and even the supporting cast for Kansas. Arkansas was 29th in KenPom. They're outside the top 10 in the AP poll. Kansas is in the back end of the top 20 in both. I think they're outside the top 20 in KenPom. those two teams could be top 10 teams in the country, if not top 5 at some point, if things go well for them in the non-con slate, and they're both playing a really loaded non-con slate. So if the freshmen are awesome, the ceiling is so high for them. They could be amazing, both those teams. I see the vision for them. So I'll say Kansas and Arkansas. I'll also throw in a mid-major or non-power in Utah State. I mentioned earlier, actually, about Gary Clark, incoming transfers with Mason Falslove, who could be the best offensive player and maybe Mountain West player of the year. Great point guard. Jared Calhoun's a great coach who wins at all levels. They have a good system. They were good last year. Like, why can't they be a top 25 team with San Diego State? If things go well, if they beat VCU and they beat these teams early on in the year, Utah State will get a lot of respect, as they should. This happens with a Mountain West team or two and an A-10 team and an AAC team in November and December, when they're like, oh, wow, are they for real? They've been beating decent teams in the non-con slate. We don't know exactly how good they're going to be. And you look at Utah State's schedule this year. Ready?
That's
they play.
what I'm doing right now.
They play VCU. They play Tulane. They play South Florida. They play Illinois State, who is a good mid-major team. And then they get the Mountain West play. So, like, what's to say going into the new year with a few Mountain West games under their belt, they're not undefeated?
Dude, I'm obsessed with the coaches. I have a question for you.
Wait, did you see this? They're projected to be 12-0, undefeated.
Okay, but that's
going into the new year. Sure. That's amazing.
Yeah, you're right.
That's amazing.
They're going to be the favorites in probably every game they play in 2025.
So obviously Friday against VCU is going to be a big one.
That's the one.
If you win that game and look good, they're going to be undefeated going into the new year.
I think that's the one. And by the way, they're bringing back. There's more continuity. I mean, VCU is a complete rip-up job and tear-down job.
Oh.
So that's going to be a really good game. Question for you. Is this Jared Calhoun's last season at Utah State?
Ooh, man, let me say something. If it is, sorry, again, Utah State, they lose their coaches so easily because
they should take that as a compliment.
Ryan Odom, Danny Sprinkle, and now Jared Calhoun. Right, they'll happily lose him because that means they're going to be a top 8, 7
and then you go get another one. Think about who you just rattled off. They keep getting a good one.
Yeah, it's
the program
there's something in the water there, though. There's something going on that they figure out. They're like, drink this, and it's like you watch Black Panther. You see that movie?
Yeah, of course.
You drink the what are they called?
Vibranium.
Well, no, you drink whatever they call it though first.
Oh, sure.
There's something flour. You drink that. You get the power of the Black Panther.
Yeah.
Will it be his last year? Maybe. He went to Cincy. Oh shit.
Cincy opening, yeah.
Oh shit. This might be Jared Calhoun's last year.
He went to Cincinnati.
That
job's gonna be open.
He alma mater. He graduated in 2004. I was just gonna pull up where he coached and where he's been. I saw Youngstown State he's coached at, and it says alma mater Cincinnati. No. I keep my Wes Welker.
Wes Welker.
Wes Miller is a solid coach. He might be fine. They could be a tournament team, and he keep his job. But if he doesn't do well, make a tournament this year, they're gonna make a change, and it's gonna be Jared Calhoun. There's your prediction.
Call it right here.
Yeah.
Logan, Utah. We hope to see you this year. By the way, I'm really excited to get on the road with you this year. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I know we have a lot of stuff coming down the pipe. Has my chain been out the whole time?
You're in Jersey, baby.
That's a shame.
Italiano.
That was not supposed to happen.
Italiano. Hey, he married an Italian woman. Her whole family's off the boat. Italiano.
Yeah, that's it.
They make sauce once a day.
Federico.
Hey, yo, why he's not Italian.
I know, but he could be.
Okay, fair enough.
The guy on Tennessee. Come on, help.
Sorry, what?
Tennessee shooter.
What are you trying to say to me right now?
Vescovi.
Oh, Santiago Vescovi. He's not there anymore.
Yeah, Vescovi.
Sniper. I was thinking Dalton Connect.
Vescovi.
Not Italian.
Vescovi.
All right, that's going to do it for today's episode. Happy College Basketball Day. Enjoy it. Weekly episodes every week per usual. Follow, subscribe, everything. Give 5-star rating everywhere you go. We're excited for the year. We will be changing this layout soon for an in-season special little chart going on here. But keep tabs on everything. Stay tapped in. We'll have stuff throughout the week, obviously, per usual. And we look forward to next week, the first official Blue-Blooded podcast that will be during the season.
Enjoy the day. Enjoy the week.
Yeah, have fun whenever you're listening to this. We love you. We appreciate you. Bye.